All right, we can get started. Rich Dubroff, you can lead it off.
Brandon, how much better did it feel to you today watching those two performances from Kremer and Zimmerman than Sunday did?
Yeah, I thought that both guys pounded the strike zone, which is what we've been talking about. They both had really good fastballs today. I think that both up to 95, 96, averaging around 94. Really good life to it. Zim picked up where he left off his last outing with some good off-speed pitches. I thought Dean was super competitive. Flashed some good breaking balls, some good sliders for the cutter for some strikeouts. So both of those guys face a tough lineup and pounded the strike zone, which is what we want right now.
Dan Connolly, go ahead.
Hey, Brandon, you were a little frustrated on Sunday with the team defense. How much better was it today, and how much better is that for you guys when you do play that way?
Yeah, I thought we played really well defensively. Kind of a tough conditions. Wind was blowing hard from right to left. Mountcastle made 2 or 3 really nice catches with a tough wind, kind of balls that were deep to center that pushed back into left center field that he stayed with and got to. And then the one to left field that he caught at the fence that Garver hit. So 3 really nice plays defensively in the outfield. But yeah, we were solid today defensively.
John Mioli, go ahead.
Brandon, at this point in spring, do you read more into days like today when you get to face a Maeda, somebody with that top level stuff when evaluating your hitters versus, some of the pitchers who might not have that level of experience or talent?
Yeah, today's a little more realistic. Not just Maeda, but Colomé after that, and then Rogers and Duffy, 3 guys that are going to be big pieces of their bullpen. So a top level starter and then 3 big bullpen arms. It was more of a realistic game, and all 4 of those guys were on too. I've seen Maeda a lot. He can throw any pitch exactly where he wants to, and Colomé, I think, gave up a run or 2 all year last year. So then we faced some really good stuff today in a tough conditions to hit, if it was we battled. I thought we had an opportunity there, second, third one out, didn't get it done. That was kind of our one opportunity today.
Joe Trezza, go ahead.
Brandon, what are the keys for Mountcastle in the way that he's improving defensively? Is it range, instincts? What combination of the 2 things did he show you today?
Well, it's just work. And reps. Just the guy didn't have a ton of reps going into the year last year. He worked hard on his defense, worked hard on his defense in spring training, worked hard on his defense at the secondary site, has continued that into this year. And you're seeing improvements. You're seeing the jumps are better, the arms playing better, the instincts in the outfield. So he just needed reps and time out there.
All right, looks like that's all the questions we have. Thanks, Brandon, and we will see everyone tomorrow.
All right.
2 quick ones, Dean. What made that so much better than the first time? And the second part would be, did your fastball have really good life today?
I think to answer the second question first, I think the life was the same as last time. I just mentally was probably the difference maker. I feel like I was definitely more locked in today and being really intentful with every pitch, as opposed to last time where I dug myself in a hole and just didn't get out.
Next, Rich Dubroff.
Hey, Dean, at what point during the spring, or is there a point when you start thinking about hitters, strategizing at all? Does that ever come?
I think it depends on the pitcher. Some guys like to go out there and pitch their game. Some guys like to strategize with the catchers and kind of establish a game plan. So it really depends on the pitcher. But for me specifically, I'd like to get my stuff going first and then proceed into hitters.
Joe Trezza.
Dean, just following up on Steve's question about your fastball, you threw mostly fastballs for the first inning and a half, basically. Was that intentional, or was that just the way that the game kind of unraveled?
A little of both. My plan today was just to attack the zone with everything, and I was most on the attack when I was using my heater. But yeah, that's pretty much the game plan.
John Mioli.
Dean, having established that focus that you want and the intent, what's next for you this spring? What are some of the things you want to be able to accomplish before you head north?
What I want to accomplish, I'd say the main thing is just being confident in my stuff and like continue to pound the zone with kind of everything, and then from there move on to pitching to specific locations and pitching to specific batters.
Joe Trezza.
In your mind, are there any ways in which you are a different pitcher than, say, you were when you got called up last year?
Hope not. I mean, I kind of try to keep the things the same, and then plus just kind of add things as or kind of evolve as we move forward.
Steve Molesky.
Gene, I think after getting to the majors last year, it seems like, you know, most people size it up that you have a really strong shot to break north in the rotation. Do you feel that, or are there certain things you want to show or prove over the next few weeks to make it happen?
My main focus is just going out there and pitching my game. I don't want to think about that stuff until that time rolls around.
You know, starting or utility. So my mindset coming in is just prepare to play, you know, every day, because that's what kind of my mindset has always been, and it gets me ready to be, you know, thrown into various situations. So yeah, I'm in my mind, I'm trying to be a starter, but I can only control what I can control, and those decisions aren't up to me. So I'm just going to continue doing my work, putting my work in, and focusing on the things that I know that I can control.
Go ahead, Rich.
Hey, Pat, basically that was sort of the philosophy last year, and you ended up playing nearly every day. Were you surprised that you played as often as you did last year?
Not necessarily. I remember early on when I got here last year, you know, Hyde told me, you know, I was going to play a lot, and I was going to play a lot of positions. So, you know, he told me that from the beginning, and I think just the way I performed in those situations kind of earned me, you know, more opportunities. So, just looking forward to continuing, you know, from last year and building on that, and getting better, and just looking forward to that.
Rock with a follow-up.
Were you confident all along that you were going to be back with the Orioles this season and that a contract would be worked out?
No, you know, I didn't know how it was going to go. Honestly, it was kind of came down to the very last minute. You know, I wasn't sure which way, you know, it was going to go. And, you know, in the end, it worked out that I came back here, and, you know, I'm excited about that, and excited for this year and this team, and just ready to get going.
You can go ahead, Rich.
Hey, Pat, you know, you've played, unlike a lot of the other candidates for utility jobs, you've played all the infield positions. Give us a sort of a self-scouting report on what you think your best position is, and maybe one that you're not quite as comfortable at.
Well, I mean, I came up through you know, college, high school, even the minor leagues, being a shortstop. So I think, you know, I have a lot of innings under my belt there. But the last few years, I've kind of been more second base, first base, third base. You know, in the majors and AAA, it kind of was a little bit more of my role, as I didn't play as much shortstop as I used to. I mean, I feel like, you know, I don't know what the defensive metrics and all that says about each position, but I feel pretty equally comfortable at each position. It's more of just getting reps and getting comfortable because each position is so unique. There's different nuances to each one, and it's not as easy as just changing your glove, and it's not the same position. You got different angles, different ways to move your feet for different balls at each position. So there's a lot that goes into it, but it's fun. I don't get the luxury of taking the same ground ball at the same position every day. I have to move around, and that's fun for me.
Well, which do you find the hardest to prepare?
I would say third base is the most unlike the others. That's more of a position where it's, you kind of just have to knock the ball down at some times and just throw it to first. The ball's hit pretty hard over there. It's a little more, less reliant on your feet than the other positions. Shortstop, second base, you got to be pretty athletic, moving your feet. Third base is a little different in the sense of just the different balls you get hit there. And then first base is a little bit like third, but you just got to catch the ball over there.